Hello, my amazing adventurous Aries. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing twin flame union tarot for the month of January. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. So Aries, let's get to it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had show the world the real you in reverse. This is the full moon in Aquarius. So this might have been something that has kind of been an issue for you since the full moon in Aquarius, which would have been Leo season. I almost said legal, but yeah, like was in Leo season. So there may have been some sort of it's really interesting. Okay, so I just saw a stink bug go by, and I also smelt something right before your reading. So it does feel like, I mean, I'm going to say it real with you, like there's some stank shit around you that you have been dealing with. And it looks like because of, you know, kind of that lower vibrational stank that was around you, it caused you to put on some sort of false mask, right? Because show the world the real you in reverse is saying that for some reason you feel unsafe to be your authentic self. And, you know, it does feel like this is coming to an end. You know, it is, you know, what is being cleansed here. But it has not happened yet. And, you know, it might be coming up in Aquarius season when you finish that Leo Aquarius axis, which is, you know, Leo all about the ego and Aquarius all about community relationships, you know, group relationships, humanitarianism, science, technology. Because we had the Hermit come out in reverse. Okay. And, you know, the Hermit in reverse is telling me that, you know, enlightenment hasn't been found in some sort of way yet. It's like you're really close to being there, but it just hasn't happened because like the full moon in Aquarius, which happens in Leo season, this is when you've done the analysis of the water, right? Aquarius is a water bearer. So it's filled with water, filled with emotions. And after you have, you know, described what is inside, outside, and all around the jug, you know, of how you feel, well, then you can dump it out. And that's the sort of, you know, intellectualism that Aquarius brings, right? Of being able to describe emotions and, you know, what they are and then dump them out when they no longer serve you. And it looks like you haven't been able to do that because the Hermit, you know, upright, right? This is when you go into Hermit mode and you know, withdraw your energy from a situation and you find enlightenment, you find that light in the end of the tunnel. But because it's in reverse, it feels like you haven't reached that stage of like that full awakening fully when it comes to your authentic self in some way. And this is Remliel, the angel of awakenings, who helps us see the difference between illusion and truth and guides us into the journey of self-discovery and spiritual awareness. So, you know, this is definitely an angel that is unable to make contact with you when it comes to being your true self and awakening to that. We also had Hoot Hoot using air slash. So, you know, it has to do with communication. We have two birds and someone has really created a storm out there where look at Hoot Hoot, how like he's scared, right? Someone is really, you know, making the environment inhospitable where, you know, you feel like you can't be your authentic self, whether you're the one making the storm or you're the one that feels like they have to hide and be nervous because of the storm outside. So an air slash I do take as communication cutting off. So it does feel like maybe there is some communication that isn't coming through like it used to. Okay, so this month, as you know, this is Twin Flame Union Tarot, but it's the same thing as the guided healing because, you know, you cannot find union with your twin if you have not done your healing. However, I did notice, you know, quite a plummet with my channel when I switched to just guided healing. So now they are combined in one. But really it's the same thing. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to look at what do your angels want you to know. Then we are going to look at what is hindering access to angelic forces in your life. And then in the extended, we are going to do what can you do to connect with your angels. And then we will look at some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. And then we will also look at some oracles. So I hope that calendar year 2021 is off to a great start. Yeah, 2020 is over. Everyone should give a little pat on the back to themselves. All right, let's see. What do your angels want to know? Want you to know? What do your angels want you to know? Coming out stuck. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. You know, new moon in Pisces, this is coming out up, you know, in Pisces season, so not too far. And as I mentioned, I did feel like, you know, something is really being let go of during Aquarius season, which will be the full moon in Leo, right? Which is not too far away. We're in Capricorn season. Aquarius is next, and then we have Pisces. So it looks like your angels are telling you that, like, there is some big stuff coming up, a huge cycle that's being completed, right? Pisces is, you know, the last of the cycle. Of course, you know that because Aries, you're number one, right? And by the way, thank you for all your likes for the last segment. You guys are number one for the beginning of the year. Who would have known, right? Anyway, so yeah, meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So it does look like your angels want you to start to meditate more, start to think more, start to turn inward and really listen to the duality within yourself, right? The emotional duality, that Piscean energy. Because yeah, they want you to sit alone with yourself a little bit more. Something's really coming to an end here. What is it? What's coming to an end? I'm hearing like you can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. And I also felt there was this energy like someone kind of came through at the last minute. But there's also this aspect of like, okay, there are two things. Okay. One is there's this aspect of studying versus teaching, of like feeling like you may need to be more of a student for a little bit about something rather than being a teacher about something. And also I heard that, for those of you who are working with tarot directly, you might be putting too much faith in your cards rather than yourself. Okay, which yes, they are an extension of self, but yeah. Anyway, all right, let's see what's coming out. We have the King of Swords coming out stuck. Wow, and the Hermit in reverse again. So it looks like there's some sort of soul contract with some masculine energy that you have not reached. You know, you have not had the awakening about it. And the cycle is coming to an end, right? The King of Swords, this is heavy masculine energy when it comes to communication. So this is either someone very, very prominent that you are communicating in your life, or there is some sort of soul contract that just has not been fully awakened. So I mean, it's twofold. It's your own inner masculine energy, right? Like the masculine is stability and structure, man of his word, right? Of only saying things that you mean, only writing royal decrees that, you know, will apply. Again, we do also have some like legal stuff here. But yeah, the King of Swords, this is like a really heavy, you know, big soul contract of, it feels like someone wasn't, you know, being a person of their word, or I mean, that's what's coming to an end. But yeah, your angels are letting you know, like, there is something that you need to look inward, to meditate and contemplate, because you haven't gone into the hermit mode fully about this. And it has to do with, you know, I mean, King of Swords, we have heavy Aquarius, Libra and Gemini energy here. But it's like there's just a spark that hasn't hit the final thing. It is in its final stages in the divine masculine form, right? So as you become the King of Swords, you know, the King of Swords in your life is also going to be like, you know, a positive thing. So let's get a little bit more information about this. But it's really that you need, like, the hermit work is not done yet. And again, like I was saying, that study, you know, versus teach thing, right? The hermit is the one who has that enlightenment, you know, where after you get out of hermit mode, right, it's the Wheel of Fortune, you know, you reap in your rewards and you are able to teach others about how to do that. But the hermit work is not completed here. We have Avalog using frost barrier. Yeah, these are emotions that have gone cold, emotions that have become frozen, right? Ice that are just a frost barrier, whatever sort of, you know, coldness that you feel. It's really time to meditate and contemplate where that comes from and why this King of Swords, and how your words, the way you use them with others and the words that you allow, are cold as ice. It says, its ice-covered body is hard as steel. Its cumbersome frame crushes anything that stands in its way. Yeah, it's this like, you know, I mean, the King of Swords can say and do anything he wants, right? He can write a book of, well, you know, like, crush everyone except what I believe. You know what I mean? And then the armies make it so. Or it can be, you know, writing a royal decree of, you know, everyone is supposed to be loved and accepted for who they are, and you know what I mean? So yeah, it's really time to sit with yourself and, you know, understand why either you know, tend to have this attitude of, I'm going to crush anything in my way. Yes, Aries, we know that you can do that, and we love your leadership skills in that way. But how is this hindering you? You know, what enlightenment, like not being able to not be in this crushing mode is stopping you from reaching some sort of enlightenment here. Okay. Woo. Okay. There's a lot. Yeah, that should be a last resort. When it comes to crushing mode, that's what it, you know, that wants to be your last resort. But we have way too many things coming out here already. But as you saw, there was that Alolan Grimer that came out, which is a dark type. There is a lot of darkness here that you need to go inside and really talk with yourself. What's the shadow? Drowsy using Psi Shot. Yeah, so this is really influencing your mental health, your third eye chakra, your mental status. This is like a psychic boom thing. Drowsy is also the sleep Pokemon, so this could be affecting your ability to sleep or rest, right? Your mind, maybe even in the dream realm, is kind of in destruction mode, and you're just, you know, it's not good for your mind or your emotional body. You need to thaw that ice out. It says, puts enemies to sleep, then eats their dreams. Occasionally gets sick from eating only bad dreams. Yeah, putting enemies to sleep, you know, I mean, it doesn't mean like you have to, you know, actually destroy people in your path, right? It's not like you're going and beating up everyone that you see or something like that, but just psychically attacking, right? Putting them to sleep of like, okay, well, now you can't do anything against me, and now I'm gonna steal your dreams. Right? Like, you're undeserving of whatever dream, you know, you want, right? Because that's stealing your own dreams too. And some of you may have been getting sick lately. It does talk about getting sick. So your angels are really, kind of telling you to withdraw, and time to look within about these behaviors. So let's see, what is hindering you from accessing your angelic forces? We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Again, we have this Aquarius. So what's stopping you is a love situation. Okay. It could be with an Aquarius. The new moon in Aquarius is the new moon that's coming up, right? Right before the new moon in Pisces. So it does look like, honestly, there's a lot going on within the next couple months for you, Aries, right? Right before Aries season, which you will, you know, complete your solar year, and it will be a pretty, you know, big milestone for you. But yeah, so there's someone involved here. There's a love situation, which the thing is, love doesn't necessarily mean romance, but that when that came out, that's what it felt like. You equate romance and sexual energy to love, and that's not what love is. That's not what real love is. All right. Let's see. What is stopping access? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is the divine feminine energy in reverse. So either, you know, you're dealing with some, right? It's the divine feminine energy within you when it comes to wands, that love, lust, passion, intensity, kundalini energy. The feminine is not sitting upright. Okay. We have a king that's stuck, and we have a queen that's not sitting upright. So, you know, that it's the divine feminine within yourself, but also because of that, the divine feminine in whatever this love situation, their divine feminine energy is not receptive, because, you know, you're not projecting back that same type of energy. Queen of Wands in reverse, this is, you know, really kind of, pardon me, but like unhinged sexual energy. you know, not using spiritual power in the correct way. The Queen of Wands is also, you know, the ruler of the spirit realm. So let's see, what's the light energy here? We have Steel in reverse. So someone might be trying to steal somebody else, is what I'm getting for some of you. But really, when Steel energy comes out reverse, this is when you're not protected. So some of you might think that non-protected sex equals love. Ooh, excuse me. But like your aura is not being protected because of the way the feminine is. Like, and it has to do with the spirituality of like, you know, you should feel safe when you're in love. You shouldn't feel like the Queen of Wands in reverse and Steel energy in reverse. This is not solid. Whatever this love situation is, it's not solid. Oof. Yeah. Root chakra, root chakra, root chakra. It is not safe. It's like hot and then cold and then yes and then no. It's unsafe because 1 minute it's hot and heavy and ooh, we're on fire, right? Rooting together, which also includes, you know, unprotected intercourse or any intercourse really, but that especially. And then the next second it's, you know, fire energy in reverse of not feeling safe, of not being rooted. Again, the root chakra does have to do with the slave pattern as well. So it looks like, you know, your root chakra being unstable with this, what you eat, what you drink, your sleeping patterns, and your safety. It's just not where it needs to be, Aries. I'm really sorry. With the Drio using Fury attack, yeah, and it causes you to become furious and attack. You know, of course, you are very easily put into attack mode when your fires are not safe. Okay, like, you know, Aries, you're the dynamite, right? You can explode at any time, and it's beautiful because we need explosions, right? They're beautiful, fireworks, right? But, you know, not when you're constantly exploding in your own life like, you know, a fuse. That's just not healthy. It says an odd species that is rarely found. The 3 heads represent joy, sadness, and anger. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, it does feel like there's someone else involved and it might be another feminine. But it's like you and your twin and a third party are just constantly, you know, it's like joy, sadness, anger, right? And it's also the, not even duality within yourself, right? There is some third party here where it's like, you know, you're just going from feeling joy to being sad to being angry, right? Like that's not the way that you want to be, and it's stopping you from accessing angelic forces here. Okay, so Aries, whew, that was hot. All right, so if you would like to follow me into the extended, we are going to see at what you can do to connect to your angels, and then we will also look at some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. I'm also offering the whole spread, this and the extended, for 7 people only at $77.77. So if you're interested in a private read, feel free to reach out to me. I will see you in the extended. And if we part ways here, I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.